the United States of America, a country founded on Christian principles. While some would question if we can still be considered a Christian nation, we do have the freedom to assemble and worship in the faith of our choosing. Persecution is present here in various forms, but we have brothers and sisters in other countries who struggle with practicing their faith and having a safe and secure place to worship. A case in point is India, a country of 1.3 billion people, approximately 96.5% non-Christian. A spiritual country with numbers of faiths, but spiritually dark with idol worship. RCBP, Rural Church Building Project, is dedicated to planting and building churches in the Himalayan mountains near China and Tibet in the north, Bhutan in the east, Nepal in the west, and Myanmar in the south. The region is very challenging, spiritually dark, economically poor, politically deprived, socially neglected communities like Gurkhas, Nepali-speaking, Lepcha tribes, Tibetans, are the original tribal people that live in the region. Acts 1:8 tell us, "And ye shall be witnesses unto me both in Jerusalem and in all Judea and in Samaria, and unto the uttermost part of the earth." Not only does this northern Indian state's mountainous region not have access to the emerging economy and information technology, they lack electricity in most cases. Where is your evangelistic emphasis? From where we live, India is the uttermost part of the earth. Would you like to join with RCBP and fulfill this command? These fields are ripe for harvest and are accessible only by jeep and a hike. The villages consist in many cases of thousands of people with no Christian pastors or churches. Pastor Nandu Gurung of Kalapong, India, has planted some 20 house churches. Together with Charles McGallard of North Carolina, these two Christian brothers are the founders of RCBP. Charles first met Pastor Nandu briefly in 2004 in the United States. He later visited Kalapong in 2006 on a two-person mission trip for his church to assess the effectiveness of the BTCP training that they helped to sponsor. In his first visit to a rural Himalayan village in 2006, he felt something stirring in his heart for these people. Plans were made then for a medical mission trip that was completed in 2009. Between those years, Charles has made numerous trips to that region, visiting churches, and has helped to support the Grace Children's Home, an orphanage started by Pastor Nandu and his wife, Anu. Partnering with individuals and churches, meeting the needs of this people group by repairing the roof of an elderly widow, or by bringing medical camps to areas where there are no hospitals or doctors. Pastor Nandu has seen Jesus welcome into these villages.
Hello. Namaskar.
Pastor Nandu is a teaching pastor who over the past 7 years has trained over 200 pastors and lay men and women through curriculum called BTCP.
And he gives hand out the literature and gospel. हामी कन्सिक्रेट गर्छौं शुद्ध र पवित्र गर्छौं अनि तपाईलाई महिमा होस् महापूजारी ठुलो area and she's his wife she's like about women.
Building a safe and secure church building will not change the culture of these remote villages. Rather, we have substantial proven history that in the early 19th centuries, missionaries came from Scotland and built churches that still remain. Those churches continue to grow without changing the culture and tradition of the people of this region. As is their custom, there will be no pews or seats. The men and women will sit on the floor separately in the back, with boys and girls seated separately in the front. Worship here is simple and pure, much like the early first century churches. Their numbers are small, but with churches being planted and built, seekers are coming. Won't you join us?
Ask us how you can be involved in sponsoring a church. RCBP, dedicated to building safe and secure houses of worship.